Hello and welcome to Morning Coffee with Maddog Merv, the Easter edition. I left my cup on the counter. Shows you how unawake I am. I'm going to grab that real quick. I'll be right back, and then we'll see what's going on the channel, shall we? Welcome to Morning Coffee.
Maddog Merv today.
Got our French roast this morning again. I wonder if I'm a big fat guy. I mean,
And then
holy
they
cow.
I always had a schmear. A schmear.
He's probably going for bagels. He's trying to steal. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe it.
I have no clue.
And I got a bunch of chores to do. Oh, who wants to do that? It's so much better. Nothing like some black gold. Well, anyway, so for today's shout out, I'm not going to shout out a channel. I'm going to do a special tribute, actually, to a couple of people. This last week, I found out that somebody from not necessarily my inner circle of friends, but pretty darn close. This is a lady that's been, well, in the latter part of my career, she was an instrumental part of helping to make a lot of traveling possible that I did, in just really helping to enhance my career and get some notoriety for the school district and myself, that for the things that we had been working really hard at. She was a brilliant scientist, and I found out this week that she had passed away. It was supposed to be her birthday earlier in the week, and I tried to call, and phone was disconnected. I thought, well, that's weird. And I sent messages, and sometimes she's a little slow on answering messages, so I didn't think much about it, and then I left something on Facebook for her. A few days later, I got a call from one of my former colleagues from back in Virginia, and he had said that, turns out, towards the first part of March, she had passed away. And she was, well, I want to say about 10 years younger than me. So it was really a shock. But she had some health struggles, but I didn't really think much of it because we had spoken not too terribly long ago. And it was just a real shock to me. So my friend, colleague, Heidi Wilcox, here's a shout out in heaven to you. Man, it's a tough loss for Maddog. Also, this week, actually yesterday, would have been one of my stalwart viewers over the years, especially in the earlier days. He was a guy that, when he found out that I was into 67, 68 Mercury Cougars, he had one in his youth. And so we struck up quite the friendship. It turns out he lived in the same town as one of my daughters in New Mexico. So we had lots to converse about from time to time. He passed away a couple of years ago, and like I say, yesterday was the anniversary of his birth. And it just kind of struck me, because I see these things pop up on my timeline, and it reminded me of how fragile life is, and how our friendships that we make here, they are meaningful, and they can last a lifetime and even longer sometimes. But my tribute to Mike Seeley from Deming, New Mexico. Really a good cat, and appreciated his viewership and his friendship. The rest of you guys that tune in a lot and watch this craziness that we do on Sunday mornings, I want you to know how much I appreciate you guys. This has become to me more of a family than it has a just something to do. I never realized the connections that I would make, and that I would be lucky enough to meet some of the most wonderful people ever. So, my tribute to those folks. So this last week on the channel, we looked at the What's in the Box episode of... Oh! Wait a minute, you hear that? Do you guys hear that whistle, that train whistle? It's really hard to hear. But that is the big boy, 4014. Yes, it is leaving Salt Lake City. Came into town a few days ago. And it's on its way out. In fact, it's going to get a little bit louder here in just a minute when it comes to the crossing here on... Wow, if you can hear that, that's really cool. That is the crossing about a mile directly south of me. We get those every once in a while from the regular trains that come through town. But to hear old 4014 do it, yeah, it's pretty neat. So back to last Monday, we had the What's in the Box version of a bunch of funny cars and other fun little accoutrements that I had in this big box that was a display case, an architectural model for one of the schools that I worked in. And after they built the school and had the big grand opening, there was no need for it anymore. So I said, yeah, get rid of this. Oh, wow, okay, well, thank you. The acrylic display case alone, was worth a bit of money. So I put some new legs on the table part of it and decided I would use it here in the doghouse. I put in some of the better funny car builds that I had done, and a couple of the ramp trucks and whatnot. Now, in looking at the video, some of them again, this was done probably over a decade ago. And there's some finishing up on some of the vehicles that I just didn't ever really get to, like that white van and the really neat turbine rims. Well, I never painted in between the blades of the turbine on them, that kind of thing. Just some little details that I never got done. But now I've got the opportunity to go back and redo some of this stuff. And I had done a theme of I think it was called Nostalgia Drag Racing Sales and Service. Had a little old gas station that I had all done up as a repair shop, or a hot rod shop, if you will. And I had these couple of tow vehicles. So a couple of them I'm going to go back and redo. It's time to redo them. They're really cool. I like that van, that shorty van. One of those old, I think GMC or Chevy called them gypsy vans. Really cool. Anyway, I hope you guys got something out of it. Some of those funny cars, they're a permanent part of my collection, and there's some of them that just, they were neat, but I'm gonna sell them. I'm gonna pass them on to somebody else. But there's some of those that, they're definitely going to be a part of the next display I do. Now, I don't have plans to put a train mounting on it this time. What I want to do is I want to put, I'm going to start out with Mustangs, but there'll be other cars in there too eventually. But I'm going to do some dioramas that aren't permanent, that I can move around. So in other words, let's say I want to do a July 4th themed car show. And this is kind of what this is going to be about, is car shows. And so maybe for that one I'll do people walking around in, tank tops and shorts and, convertibles and, things like that. And then maybe for like October, well, maybe, I don't know maybe about it. For October, I'll do a trunk or treat themed one with people in costume and whatnot. I thought it would be fun to do for the grandkids, but it'll be fun for me too. And I just plan on having it there on display now that I've got the room there in the doghouse. And the nice thing is, when I need to put something down on a table for a minute, it makes a perfect place to, you know, put something down so that I can do whatever I need to do. So anyway, I hope you guys liked that show. It was fun. It was fun to find all that stuff. So the Kit Hoarder Stash was live. If you guys haven't checked it out, please go back and check it out. It kind of evolved as we went, as live shows tend to do. People will ask questions or make comments, and you know, trying to address those things. You know, it's always nice to hear. There's some of you guys that I've run into all over the country, whether it's on model shows or just whatever, and had some interaction with, and it's really neat to be able to have that interaction with you guys on a live show. You guys, that last night I went in the doghouse, I got a bag of jelly beans, and here's the colors that I chose out. And I thought I would have a little bit of fun. So I'm going to go to the fairy garden and do some planting. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I think I'm going to take some, I'm going to start out with some red. I've got assorted colors here. And I'm going to take these red and I'm going to dig a little hole right here. Drop in 3 jelly beans. And then for the magic, well, not the magic, but part of what I'm going to do is I've got some rust here from the rustang. And so that's going to be part of the soup, part of the stuff that'll make this work. So I'm pouring in a little rust, and then I'm going to cover this up. Okay, now I'm going to continue. Okay, so I've got these other colors too. As you can see, I've got some green, and some purple, and some black, and some yellow, and some pink, and some orange, and I'm probably going to mix a couple of colors together, see if I can get kind of a turquoise. So I'm going to go ahead and plant the rest of these colors along here, and then the idea is to let the fairies work their magic tonight by the light of the little fairy lights that we have here, and see what happens. So tomorrow morning we'll see what we wind up with. Yeah, let's come over and check out the fairy garden and see what has happened, if anything. Oh, hey, check this out. Look, we got, oh, we definitely grew something. Those fairies have been really busy. Look at that. Huh. Well. Yeah. Magic beans and magic rust and magic fairies, and this is what we get. Pretty cool. Well, all right, folks, that's enough of my craziness for one day, especially for Easter Sunday. I hope you guys have an absolutely wonderful day. It's going to be beautiful here. We're supposed to be in the upper 60s because we had a cold front move through and some good rain, much needed rain earlier this week. Everything's pretty and green, and the skies are blue, and temperatures not too terribly bad. It's mild, but we're going to have some carne asada. Yeah, my son does really good with his barbecues, and we are going to have a bunch of carne asada. We're going to have family over. We've got egg hunts and scavenger hunts planned for the little kids. It should be a wonderful Easter here. So dogs are going nuts. I got somebody at the door. We will see you guys. No show tomorrow, remember. We'll do a Kit Hoarder Stash, I think, on Thursday, and if not, we'll see you next Sunday. Take care.